We're excited to share with you some updated information about IB scores and our Hopkins High School transcript. This is Angela Wilcox. I'm the IB coordinator at Hopkins North Junior High, and I am coming to you today representing our team, which includes Jennifer Poncelet, the IB coordinator from West Junior High, and Dr. Michelle Kuhl, who is the College and Career Readiness Coordinator at Hopkins High School and a Hopkins parent. So this information affects the classes of 2024, 25, and 26, our current juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. These classes were given information about their IB scores on their high school transcripts, and these elements will not change. They will still show on their high school transcript, their credits and their ninth grade classes, and they still count for Hopkins High School graduation credit. The view of the transcript will not change. Post-secondary institutions will still see IB scores on those transcripts for ninth grade, and those institutions know how to read and understand what those scores mean. And finally, their ninth grade community project capstone will still be designated on their high school transcript, as was true before this change. So the only thing that's changing is the grade point average. Our original plan, because ninth grade was in the junior high buildings and did not give A through F letter grades anymore, was to base their grade point average on grades 10, 11, and 12. Our updated plan, driven in part by our shift to being a 4-year building and in part from a deeper understanding of the impact of a 3-year GPA, is to base their grade point average on grade 9 IB scores plus their 10, 11, and 12 letter grades. So the change is always driven by what's best for students. And it is also driven by our understanding that class rank, which Hopkins High School calculates and is required for large universities and scholarship programs, is more equitable when we run it on a 4-year GPA, and that all students would have to choose either a 3-year GPA or a 4-year GPA so that the class rank is static and makes sense for everyone. And as long as we had to choose one or the other, we realized 4-year makes more sense. It is not going to impact the integrity of their IB scores. So it doesn't change the philosophy or the grading or what their score is in their ninth grade classes. Those all stay the same. We do understand that the grade point average is more dispersed over 4 years. That means that any individual grade in a class in one of your 4 years of high school will have less of an impact in a 4-year grade point average. We've been able to gather new perspectives and information from our community, especially parents, counselors, and students, that helped guide this change. And finally, and most importantly, we did not know that this change was coming when we designed the 3-year GPA. And now next year, we will be a 4-year high school with ninth graders in the building who are earning letter grades and a 4-year GPA. And we want to make sure that we have some consistency and continuity at our 4-year Hopkins High School. So if we have freshmen who are earning a 4-year GPA, we think it's better for students to have that 4-year GPA because any individual grade has less of an impact on the overall. And we can do it without changing the integrity of their IB scores. It made sense to make that change starting next year. So here is the calculator that we will use to shift from an IB score to a GPA weight. There are very limited numbers of times that we would also translate it to a letter grade, and that is only if a child is leaving our district during ninth grade and the incoming school requires a letter grade translation. Otherwise, we'll just go straight from the IB score to a GPA. And you can see the weights here. So you can see the 6 and a 7 is a 4.0. The 5 is a 3.67, which is the equivalent of an A minus on our Hopkins High School A through F GPA, and on down, 4, 3, 2 being the 3.0, 2.0, and 1.0. You can see that in the fall of their 12th grade year, when students are applying to colleges, this 3 versus a 4-year GPA can make a discernible difference in the GPA they're sending off to a college. This is a student who has all A's and 1C. You can see a difference in their GPA here based on whether it's a 3-year or a 4-year. You can also see by the end of their senior year that difference between the two becomes much more negligible. But the more grades you're averaging in, the less impact 1 or 2 lower grades are going to have on your overall GPA. And that's what we're looking for. If you have further questions, feel free to contact the representative from our team who is in your child's school building. So ninth graders from North can contact Angela Wilcox, from West can contact Jennifer Poncelet, and any current ninth high school students who are sophomores or juniors can reach out to Dr. Michelle Kuhl, who is the College and Career Readiness Coordinator in that office. Thank you so much. We hope this was helpful, and follow up if you still have questions.